I don't know if a turning point would be when he decided, we're going to retire as soon as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big decision because we never pinned it down to a date and when. We'd
Mm-hmm.
always planned for it with saving and so forth and planning.
Yeah.
And we had a different outlook on life on that because suddenly everything did change. Now we're not in limbo going along. We have a goal out here.
Yeah.
And it is retire and be ready for it. So, and Stuart was in college, so we can go check out all these places and travel. And we've always made the decisions together, for which I've been grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Secrets, have whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get input, and we often agree. We have not had arguments. I just can't believe this when I look back and we can't go out tonight because they're annoyed because so and so isn't speaking to him for a week, and I just
Oh man.
You're wasting your life and his too. Get
Mhm.
over it. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
And you have to pick at the guys. They don't always want to talk, maybe, but anyway. So I guess I don't think of any other turning points. If I do tonight and you wake me up, I will let you know.
Well, how did you? I was curious. You said when you and your husband decided we're going to retire at this point. How did you have any perspective shifts or big emotional shifts that you
It wasn't
experienced?
emotional as much. I think we said, let me think about this. I think our goal had a date,
Mhm.
and it had not before. We hadn't gotten
Mhm.
around to that.
Yeah.
Therefore, you do a lot more specifics once you get that. Where
Mhm.
do you want to live? How is this, and I think that began to gel after that. It was just
Yeah.
a little figment floating around
Yeah.
because it seemed so far out in the future until you stop
Yeah.
and think about it.
Yeah.
And this was probably 4 or 5 years into that 10 years he decided. And we said, well, I said, you're still young. You might as well work on to get some little something because a 10-year, it doesn't get you much, but it's an increment of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, besides, we need some time to explore and think, and you got to decide which part of the U.S. and lots of things.
Yeah.
That wasn't hard. His joke was always, you've heard it before, I'm going to go so far south into somebody with a snow shovel over my shoulder till somebody doesn't recognize what it is, and that's where I'm going. And I said, I'm not going as far south as you go because I grew up in the south and I don't want to hold
Yeah.
that heat and humidity.
Yeah.
And I only get so close to the coast because that comes from heat and humidity you can't believe, and the storms. So I said, yeah, we just go straight south, and that sort of is where we ended up being. And you can't beat the Piedmont. I mean,
No.
it has it all.
It's so beautiful.
So, of course, then once we decided here, we had to make sure we lived where you couldn't have a community that was already established because they'd have HOA restrictions against somebody who wanted a tower in their yard.
Oh, for the ham?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And that was part of the thing. Is I was very firm with him as we are planning.
Mm-hmm.
You have done this all your life. You love it. You get back to it. And any plan we make will have to accommodate that, pure and simple.
Yeah.
And the peninsula, further south out off of and 73 in there, that was already too well developed. I wanted to be that far south, but convenient to Charlotte because we'd always lived in big cities all of our life. But in the end, we were more fortunate because coming north gave us more choice, less density, took it longer to develop, and I didn't want to be that far out on the peninsula because you have to come in to go for your little errands. Well, the water's better out on the peninsula, which we had to go to get what we wanted. Thank you, Faith. You just took good care of me.
That's so serendipitous.
Can be.
Yeah.
Mhm.